you guys? Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we have another Kenya Has Thoughts. The first thing I want to discuss is Meg the Stallion. I'ma say this as politely as I can. Y'all are going to have to get off Meg the Stallion's back. Meg the Stallion and the people who hate her are so interesting to me, and I don't actually mean that. And the fact that even though they seem to hate everything about this woman, they hate her music, they hate what she stands for, they hate the way she looks, they hate the way she raps, they hate her success, and they still seem to be clocked in to every single thing that this woman does. They can tell you about a new Meg song before you even know there's a new Meg song and you are a fan. They can tell you about her album sales. They can tell you who she's sleeping with, who she's not sleeping with. They can tell you who's at her concerts, who's not, how many tickets are being sold. They just know everything about this woman, but they hate this woman's guts. They make fun of her anytime they can. And I do not understand it. Why does Meg get all of this vitriol? I'm going to assume it's because so many people have tried to throw stones at her and nothing really sticks. People have tried to come at her in so many ways. She has had so many hate trains and nothing seems to work. But that might be too easy. That might be too easy. It might be too easy to be like, they just hate her because she's still successful and she's still here. These haters do not believe they actually can phase anything. So I'm not going to sit here and even say that they're mad that she's still here, because like obviously she would still be here. Like these people are literally sitting in their mother's homes just like harassing people online. Like obviously she's still going to be here. I think it's something else. I think it is something else. And you want to know what it is? I think the people who hate Meg the Stallion are actually really upset that there are people who enjoy Meg the Stallion. That is the part I think they can't truly sit with. Because when Meg the Stallion's self-titled album came out, everybody I know who enjoys Meg the Stallion, we all had a perfectly good time with Meg the Stallion's album. I think Meg is rapping amazingly. I think there's so many good songs on Meg the Stallion's album. Rattle to me is the standout on that album, but there's so many. Accent with Glorilla is my song of the summer. There's so many standouts on that album. And we had a good time. We live tweeted the album. We talked about the album. We showed the bars that we like. But then all of a sudden, you have people who being like, y'all lying about liking that album. Meg the Stallion's a flop. Meg is this. And it's just like, it's almost like they want to convince you don't actually enjoy this woman. They want to convince you that you shouldn't like this woman. That is the part that blows my mind. They spend so much time trying to convince the people who do like this woman why they shouldn't like this woman. And I simply don't get it. It's one thing to just be like, you know what? I don't like her. And I'm going to just leave it at that. What is this thing with Meg the Stallion where you feel like you have to convince us, the people who do enjoy her music, that we shouldn't like her music, or there is just something just wrong about enjoying this woman? And also, you are just not going to convince me that Meg the Stallion is a flop. You are just not. I think y'all are just barking up the wrong tree, calling Meg the Stallion flop. Meg is on a sold-out tour. I saw Meg the Stallion in concert. I enjoyed myself. It was a great time. And there were, Meg the Stallion had to cancel my show because of issues, and then came back and it was absolutely still packed in there. What does that say? What does she got the streets? It say that she got the streets. And so it's just like, why are you mad that this woman is doing well? And my thing is this. If Meg the Stallion is all types of flops, Meg the Stallion can't rap, Meg the Stallion this, and this, why would you care so much? That's another thing. I don't even think that you are convinced of your own bullshit. If she was all of this stuff, why would you feel this need to tune in? Why would you feel this need to constantly have to like beat her down and tell her how much she sucks, how much she'll never be shit? You wouldn't need to do that if it really was all of that. There are so many artists who y'all do not hate because they not doing nothing. They not doing nothing. They not in your face. They don't have love. It is this fact that these people have come up with all of these metrics that show that you are a successful artist. If you sell X amount of copies, you're a successful artist. If your tour is this big, you're a successful artist. If you have this many hits, you're a successful artist. And they've decided Meg doesn't fit into that. And they're wondering why, if they believe that she's not something, why the rest of us simply don't believe it. That's the part that they don't understand. They truly believe that we should just stop liking her because they said so. Because they said we should not like Meg the Stallion. It should just be something that we just agree with, and it's not happening. There's nothing. I enjoy the woman. I enjoy the music, and that's another thing. When you say you enjoy her, you say she's a fun time, you like the music, you like the album, they start saying you're lying. They start like, what is it with her specifically? Like, so many of y'all listen to terrible music. I'm not going to name any names, but there are so many songs this year that are hit songs that I just do not think are good. And they are getting so much love. Y'all let anything go viral on TikTok, and I let y'all have it. I'm not even dragging it in this video. I let y'all have it. Like, have your fun. Why can't y'all let us have our fun with Meg the Stallion? At least Meg can rap. Like, you can't take that away from her. Even if you are the biggest Meg hater, you can't take away from the fact that the hoe can rap, right? Like, you can't do that. I just don't get it. I do not get it. And it comes from all parts of the internet. It's not even like just stands. It's not even just insults. It's not even just this. It's a group of people that anytime Meg the Stallion does something, they have to talk. Now, we could have a conversation about how y'all think y'all should scare Meg the Stallion into submission. Like, maybe y'all thought like, oh my gosh, if we all are just so nasty to Meg the Stallion, maybe she'll never do anything ever again. But I don't think y'all would think, like, why would that? When has that ever worked on anyone? Y'all got it. Go stream, go buy Meg the Stallion's new album, Megan. But the thing is, also, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Like, you don't have to do it. And let the people who enjoy her music enjoy her music. That's the part I simply don't get. Why can't y'all let people just have stuff? And I don't want this to come into like, so people can be critical of Meg's music. There are so many people who are critical of Meg's music. People are critical of everyone's music, but I'm not about to sit here and act like y'all aren't just being mean. It's one thing to be like, I want to dissect songs, I want to talk about flows, I want to and it's another thing to just be like, you want to make this woman feel small. And it's another thing, like, you just don't like her music, and that's fine. That's fine. Hey, Meg's music's not for me. I'm listening to something else, and that's also fine. It's this secret third thing that y'all do to her that I don't get it. Anyways, let's move on to Katy Perry, Catherine Hudson. Let's move on to her. So Katy Perry is putting out how many albums does Katy Perry have? One of the Boys, Teenage Dream. What's the name of the album where Roar and Dark Horse is on? Whatever that album is, that's an album. Then you have Witness. Then you have Smile. And then that's it. That's it. So we're on Katy's 6. We're on Katy's 6th album. I don't know if I did that math right. But the fact that I can do that math tells you that I actually have respect for Katy Perry in some ways. I am not someone who necessarily believes Teenage Dream is just this pop Bible. I do think Teenage Dream has some amazing song, like the self-titled song Teenage Dream. I think it's absolutely spectacular. There are songs by Katy Perry that I truly believe are good to great songs. Teenage Dream, I truly believe, is a great song. I enjoy Katy Perry. I'm actually upset that I never got to see Katy Perry in Vegas. I also will go on a limb and say, I don't even think it's going on a limb, I enjoy Katy Perry's Super Bowl performance as well. So I am someone who can respect Katy Perry. You want to know a song that like people went back in time and gave it its just due, but I enjoyed it in its time? Harley in Hawaii. I loved Harley in Hawaii when it first came out. The reason why I knew about that song is because Katy Perry back in the day used to have a bunch of stans. The Katy Cats used to like be kind of a like popping fan base on the internet. And I had a mutual on Twitter who was a big Katy Perry stan, and like when the video came out, they put it on, I said, wait, that's kind of good. And so I went to go listen to Witness, and I think maybe an unpopular opinion of mine is that Witness is not that bad. I don't think Witness is that bad of an album. The Witness era would start off, it's so funny, the Olympics is back. The Witness album, I believe the lead track of that, the first single on that album was Rise, and Rise was a song that was supposed to like be with the Olympics. It was supposed to be this big Katy Perry comeback moment with the Olympics, and it underperformed, and I kind of think that was the beginning where things started to get a little bit shaky, like what's going on with Katy, because that was supposed to be a smash that didn't smash, and then you got things like Chained to the Rhythm. I know the girl stuff. Like, that's another thing about me. When I'm about to say something bad about you, because we about to get into women's world, I'm going to do, like, my homework. Like, if I'm talking about you, it's because I have to have some type of respect for you when it comes to music. Like, I have to have some type of respect for you to even know what you up to. Because unlike you guys, when I don't fuck with somebody's music, I got nothing for it. I got absolutely nothing for it. I have nothing to say. Like, y'all are cool over there. So anyway, back to Katy Perry. I can enjoy Katy Perry. I can enjoy what Katy Perry brings to the table. I can even enjoy Katy Perry if Katy Perry was doing a comeback single, her last album came out 3 years ago, was doing a comeback single and it was just generic pop radio stuff. I think there is a place for just songs that should be played on pop radio, songs that should be played in department stores, songs that should be played when you're going to get a wax. Like, I don't think there's an issue with that. And I don't think a lot of the pop songs that y'all have gone up for this year are just so amazing, to where if Katy Perry puts out just, a generic pop song, it wouldn't like do well, or it wouldn't be good to me, I don't just think pop music is in this place where just like everybody is blowing me away. The problem with Woman's World by Katy Perry is that, number one, it adds nothing to the Katy Perry that we already know. It adds nothing to the persona. It doesn't even take what we know of Katy Perry and at the very least just make that bigger, this like whimsical, girly. It doesn't even take that and like blow it up. It tries to do this like late women's empowerment thing, this like satirical, like over the top exaggeration of like femininity mixed with this like male gaze type of thing. And the thing about it is, even if I meet it at its message, right? Even if I'm sitting here and I'm gonna say, okay, Katy Perry, you get to give me women's empowerment pop. Even if I meet it at that, what is the song saying that is even interesting? Like, what would I be taking from this song that I don't already know? Like, it's not even in the message, because I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, this is 2016 women's empowerment, this is fake feminism 2016 stuff, and it's just like, okay, fair enough. If I'm going along with that, okay, at least it could be interesting. If we're at least going to give like flat surface level feminism, it could at least be like saying something that's at least like maybe something people don't already know. It's not even doing that well. I guess I say all that to say this. The song is not even doing that well. And that's what falls short for me and what we've gotten from Katy Perry in her last couple of outings. Like, you get songs from Katy Perry on Smile as well. You get songs from Katy Perry that are what I think people want from Katy Perry, but it's not even the best version of that. For example, even a song like Roar, I got the eye of the tiger, like, even that's generic, right? And also not saying anything. She's taking a bunch of phrases we already know, but she's doing that at its best. Like, it's loud, it's boisterous, it's something you can chant along to. Like, the hook is good, the verse, like, at least even if you don't enjoy that, she's doing whatever that is well. Like, you can give it that. Same thing with the song like I Kissed the Girl. She's doing that well. Same thing with the song like Dark Horse. She's doing whatever that is. She is doing that at the best it is being done. And so there's credit to that. Even if I follow Women's World up, which I'm not, but even if I do follow it up, it's not even doing generic pop feminism all that well. And this is where I come and give Pink some credit. This is where I come and give Pink some credit. Pink loves mom pop. Pink has fully leaned into mom pop. And yes, I think the best days of Pink are over. But I will give some credit to Pink, even though I hate the mom pop. She at least fully leans into it. Like, I truly believe when Pink makes those mom pop songs, she is fully invested in it. Like, she goes in the studio and this is the stuff she wants to sing about. There is an audience specifically that she wants to cater to. And so I can give it that. I can give it that there is at least some excitement behind it. And so, like, the people it resonates with, and that is why I believe Pink has been able to keep a certain audience. Pink can still tour. Pink still tours. And then when Pink puts out an album, go look at those pure sales. No one's streaming the music, but go look at the pure sales, baby. The pure sales, baby. Gen X, they be buying that stuff. So there's something behind it, you know? So whatever that is, at least she fully leans into that. This Katy Perry era, I don't know what we're doing. We're putting Dr. Luke on women's empowerment songs. We're trying to give cunty, petty with the aesthetic, but it's just like, who is that for, you know? And then that's another thing I want to push back. Has Katy Perry ever been cool? You know, I think we live in a culture where everyone is so afraid of cringe. We have brought awkward culture back, right? We have brought back this culture where everything is cringe. Nobody wants to be cringe. Nobody wants to watch anybody's Instagram stories the first 2 minutes it's been posted because that's cringe. Nobody wants to post certain things on social media because it's cringe, right? Everybody is so cringe, scared of cringe. But the thing is, somebody gotta be cringe. Like, and Katy Perry was never like cool. Like Katy Perry was never like cool. She was always like, you knew she was trying. It never gave chic. It never gave chic. And so with the aesthetic, like, people are trying to be like, she's so cunty, petty. And it's just like, but did Katy ever give that? Katy always gave trying. And, you know, some people might not understand it. And so, like I said, even before there was a vision, maybe something not everybody could get behind, but there was a vision. I feel like this new era lacks a vision. I want Katy Perry to do well. I really do. Not with Dr. Luke on the ones and twos, but I want Katy Perry to do well because I want there to be women in their late 30s, early 40s, late 40s being pop stars. I want to see that. That's why I love Beyonce still making music. Like, there has always been this thing where we start to push women out of popular culture when they become a certain age, you know? And so I would love for that not to be the case for Katy Perry. And I don't think all is lost with Katy Perry. Like, I think there could be something else. Like, she clearly wants it, but it's just like, how bad do you want it? Like, you're going to have to come up with something. You're going to have to come up with something. You're going to have to come up with something quick. Anyways, let's move on. Shaka. Shaka is on the cover of Vogue. It's great. The cover is great. It's inspiring. It's good. I have not loved a Vogue cover in so long, a Vogue American cover. And this is what Vogue is about. This is what Vogue is about. Number one, I love the idea of giving someone their moment before their moment has happened. Shakari has not even ran in the Olympics yet. She has not even won a gold medal yet. I wish her nothing but the best. But like, she has, and I love putting someone on the cover of Vogue who is about to step into a moment. I love it. I love the idea of it. But you want to know the real reason why I champion Shakari? I get it. When everything happened with Shakari was most hated. She was most hated. And, you know, then everything happened with the weed and all of this stuff. And, like, people had many valid reasons why they didn't. Like, I'm not going to say every reason why people were annoyed with Shakari was a bad reason. But I don't think you have to be your worst moments. That is what I think Shakari being on the cover of Vogue shows. That there are people who are going to write you off. But in the words of Geno Smith, you don't have to write back. You don't have to write back. Like, you can always overcome. Like, yes, Shakari was dragged out into the town square and we all threw stones at her. But that doesn't have to be the end of your story. And so she went back into the lab. She got faster. She got stronger. She got more disciplined. And look at where she is. And I think she deserves it. And you have people who want to take this moment away from her, or they want to bring up her past and be like, this is cute and all, but da 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 da. And it's just like, do you want to be your worst moment? Do you want, when you reach whatever milestones you want to reach, would you want people to bring up the worst moments of yourself, moments that you might not be proud of? Shakari has not bothered nobody in years. Shakari has not bothered nobody in years. And so it's just like, you don't, I guess it just shows, like, what did Beyonce say on School and Life? This is for them bitter something. Stop living in regret, baby. It's not over yet. Like, it's not over yet. You still get to write your story. And so, like, this moment made me I'm really happy for her. And when it comes to Black women, I do want grace to be given. I do want grace. I do want Black women to be, you know what? That wasn't my greatest season. That wasn't my greatest season. But, like, is there something to learning? If you haven't harmed anyone, as long as you keep living, don't you get to, like, try and be better? And I think Shakari has gotten better, not only on the track, and also nobody should be kicked out of nothing for smoking no damn weed. Let's be very clear. But she's gotten nothing but better. So I really like this moment. I loved the photo shoot for it. Everything Shakari has been doing leading up to the Olympics has been oh so damn good. I absolutely love it. Next thing we do have to discuss is Joe Biden and him clearly. He ain't awake, baby. He is not, like, it ain't good, baby. So everything started with the presidential debate with Donald Trump and Joe Biden in Atlanta. And you could just tell that, like, everything with Biden was just on a time delay. Everything was just on a time delay. Things were not computing the way that they should compute for somebody who was quick with it. And the thing is, about a year ago, people discussed Joe Biden having dementia. And people discussed that Joe Biden did not have the mental capabilities to be president of the United States. and his team and Democrats pretty much brushed it off, no big deal. So now we get, and Joe Biden doesn't do a lot of public appearances. I think that's intentional. And so we get now where Joe Biden has to show his face, and it's a mess. He's calling Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. He's mistaking the president of Ukraine for Putin. Like, it's not making any sense. And here is the thing, Democrats. Number one, I want Democrats to actually run on real politics and not just say the greater of two evils. I'm tired of that. But okay, let's stay here, because let's be very clear. It is really fuck Trump around here. But let's be clear. There's always this idea where just when it comes to Democrats and who they nominate, it's always this idea that, like, look the other way. Like, yeah, Joe Biden don't got it all, but look the other way. Look the other way. Do what you got to do. Go vote. Go do this. Da-da-da-da. And the problem is, if Trump wins the presidency in November, we are going to get Democratic news outlets, CNN, and all these Democrats monitor him like this. As they should. He's who to be the president of the United States. He is going to be monitored. Every single thing he does is going to be under scrutiny. Every word that he says, if he minces his words, they are going to clock it. Fact checkers are going to be out. And that's what the Democrats are going to do to Donald Trump, the same way they did that to him in 2016 through 2020. Because that's what you're supposed to do. Why are you guys not doing the same thing in your own party? Like, if Donald Trump was out here doing this, you would be calling for his head too. So this idea when people like George Clooney are being like, hey, I don't think the president of the United States should be acting like this. I think Joe Biden needs to go take a nap. You're looking at him like he's crazy, like he's a traitor to the Democratic Party, and really, you do the exact same thing to Trump because you understand the fact that this shouldn't be happening. This should not be happening. And then also, where is the transparency? Joe Biden didn't just wake up one day and was acting like this. He didn't. Like, y'all know this is how people got to talk to Joe Biden every single day. And y'all know y'all don't be understanding what that man be saying. And so, like, why not be transparent? Y'all just wanting people to overlook a lot. And when they saying they not gonna do that, you looking at them like they crazy. Like, what? You're shocked that people are being like, I don't know, boss. I don't know about this one, boss. But you got this man who is too old. I'm going to say it. Oh, here come the ageism police, baby. Even if you just love Joe Biden to death, would you want your grandfather up there looking like that? Is this what you would want people to see of your grandfather? Like, people literally be like, what if Joe Biden was your grandfather? If Joe Biden was my grandfather, I would not want my grandfather to be on TV looking like that. I don't like someone who has had a long career. This is not what I want people to see of them. So I don't see why if you care about Joe so much, why you want that of Joe Biden. The last thing, I've been here too long. Put the balloons down, baby. There is this new thing on the internet where we're popping balloons. So basically, it's like this dating show. There's like so many variants at this point, I think, where basically you ask, there's a lineup, got a balloon, person comes out, says things about themselves, or just gets looked at, and people pop their balloons when they're not interested in them. You want to know the real reason, besides this content being so fucking low vibrational, you want to know the real reason why this type of content disgusts me? I'm going to tell you why. I do not think people should be taking in this type of content. I do not think it is good for your mental health. I do not think it is good for you to watch content, especially as Black people, where you are hearing people say they don't like dark-skinned women. They don't like women with this type of hair. They don't like people with this type of job. They don't like people with this type of body. They don't. Like, what does that do to your mental health? You can think that you take in this type of content and it has no effect on you. Look how mean you guys are online. It's because you guys take in this content where people are just being so mean and so hurtful. And it's almost like how mean, rude, hurtful, offensive you can be. That's what you guys want to see the most. You don't want to see nothing wholesome. You don't want to see nothing great. You don't want to see people bigging each other up. You want to see mess, and you want to see people say horrible things. But so many things that these people are saying they don't want and they don't like are things that you are. Whether you be dark skinned, whether you not have a job, whether you not make certain types of money, whether all types of isms and phobias and all of that stuff that you are taking in, you probably fit into something that these people are saying is undesirable and they don't want. And why take that in? I just do not think, especially in the year 2024, it is just healthy to sit in bed with your favorite snack and take in this content where people are being so judgmental of each other for things that they really can't help in any type of way. And then another thing, even if you don't see yourself in none of these people, what does it say that you're watching this content where these people are being judgmental? What does it say about how you go out into the world? How you probably go out into the world now and you size people up like, ooh, this wrong with you, this wrong with you. I just think the content that people take in and the way we see people act in day-to-day life, all of it's connected. We live in this world where most people's time is spent online. Like most people's just interactions with other people is online. And when you're seeing this, I just think those lines get blurred and you go out into the real world and either you're insecure as hell or you're judgmental as hell. And that's why I just think it is all just so honestly disgusting. Put the balloons down, please, I'm begging. Anyways, that is the end of this week's Kenya Has Thoughts. It was a long one, but I had some things I want to discuss. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.